Hi and welcome. My name is Diana and this is Chair Fitness. Thank you so much for joining me for Chair Fitness today. Today our focus is going to be balance and mobility. So we're going to work into the range of motion of our joints, and we're also going to focus on putting the body out of balance in a couple of different strength exercises, which is going to encourage the muscular and neuro connection that allows you to move forward with improving your balance and that feeling of stability throughout your body. So thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be using our chair. This is a sturdy chair, something probably out of your dining room, not your desk chair that's on wheels. We're going to use a wall, or it could be a solid counter, like maybe you're in the dining room or kitchen area and you have a high counter that's going to work for you today. We're going to use a medium or light dumbbell, just one dumbbell by itself. And then, like always, we're going to want a glass of water or a bottle of water close by so that you can hydrate throughout. Let's go ahead and start in a seated position. We're going to tap into the body's whole system through beginning with breathing. This is a breathing exercise called diaphragmatic breathing. We're going to pull our breath downward into our belly. So we're going to work the lower portion of our lung capacity and our diaphragm. And then we're going to actively press the air out, which can involve the abdominal musculature, the rib cage, and in fact, the pelvic floor. So let's go ahead and begin. We're right up on the front of our chair. We've got our feet separated. Our feet are planted into the ground for stability there in front of us. We're going to bring both hands to our belly center. You can close your eyes down for this. And we're going to draw a breath in. And rather than the chest expanding, we're going to just let the belly expand. And then on your exhale, press the air out. You should feel your hands move back in towards your spine as you press that air all the way out of your lungs. Inhale, fill all the way back up. Exhale, notice how many different muscles of your core you can activate and squeeze as you press that air out. Let's keep going. 3 more breaths like that. Breathing in. Breathing out. Filling up. Emptying. One more inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and let your eyes open up. If you'd close them down, we'll rest our hands in our lap. And we're going to begin getting into some range of motion through the shoulders and the neck with some half and then full neck circles. Go ahead and drape your chin forward and down to your chest. And then gently roll your right ear over to your right shoulder. Might feel nice to pause here. And then exhale, bring your chin back through the midline. Exhale again, slowly roll that left ear over to the left shoulder. Come back through the midline. Move again over to the right. Drop back through the middle. Take your left ear to your left shoulder. And release forward again. Let's move all the way around a full circle. So over to the right. And then this time, head drifts back, chin lifts up, take it around to the left, drop the chin down. Let's move to the left. Roll the left ear towards the left shoulder, lift the chin up, and sweep around to the right. One more in each direction. Take it to the right. And take it over to the left. Beautiful. Finding a tall spine, bring your chin down a bit and just slightly back so the back of your neck feels lengthened. And then with our shoulders still relaxed, we'll go ahead and look over one shoulder and then the other, continuing that length sensation through the outsides and back of the neck. One more to each side. Wonderful. Go ahead and press up to stand. Next, we're going to lengthen the posterior chain. I'm going to show you two different versions of a hamstring or posterior chain stretch. The first is going to be to reach one leg straight out in front and take your opposite hand to that set of toes. If that's feeling like too much today, I'm going to have us take 10, but instead of reaching for our toes, we're going to lift and march our knees and bring our opposite hand to the front side of that knee. So we're going to go ahead and take 10 of those. We're getting into the mobility here of the hips and lengthening the posterior chain. Here we go. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I hope that other version worked well for you if you gave it a try. Next, let's come beside our chair or even behind our chair for a little bit of balance support. And then we're going to work the opposite set of muscles. We're going to lengthen our quadriceps in the front of our hips and take our heels in behind our hips for 10. Okay, here we go. Take it side to side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Great work there. All right, from here, we're going to work a progressive style of shoulder circles. So this is going to bring our mobility into our shoulders today. Let's start out with just our shoulders being the movers. We're going to curl forward, then up, press back, and then down. Again, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next, we'll rest our fingertips up on our shoulders, and we'll expand that circle by making the shape traced by the elbows. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relax your arms down by your sides. We're going to continue that extension of our shoulders all the way out through our arms. So slight bend in the elbows. Go ahead with 5 or so full shoulder circles. Wonderful. Release your arms down. Next, our chair's in a perfect position. We're going to take cat-cow. This is a spinal flexion and extension. Go ahead and move your feet back so your heels are right under your hips, your palms are right under your shoulders, and you're neutral through your spine. First, we're going to breathe in, lift the chin and the tailbone, but also drive your shoulder blades down your back. And then exhale, round your belly button towards your spine. We're going to pull our shoulder blades away from our spine like wings. Let's move through a few of those. Breathe in. We're going to drop the belly, lift the chin and the tailbone, shoulder blades back and down. Exhale, round the spine, bring the chin to the chest. Curl all the way up towards the ceiling. Let's do it again. Breathe in, lift the chin. Breathe out, pull the belly button up and in. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful work there. Staying in these all fours position, we're going to move into a T-spine rotation. That's our thoracic spine. Go ahead and take your hand that's on the outside of your chair and bring it right behind the connection of your head and your neck. And we're going to start off by crossing under our midline of our body, touching our opposite forearm, and then exhaling and rotating through the spine to lift that elbow to the sky. Breathe in, touch that elbow across the body. Breathe out as you open up to the side. Good. 2 more like that. Twist under and open. Twist under and open. Awesome. Release that hand down. If it makes sense to you like it does for me, let's go ahead and come around to the other side of our chair. Find that all fours position. We're going to take our opposite hand behind the back of our neck and work those T-spine rotations on the other side. Cross under, open out, cross under, open up, down and across, open up. One more time. And release. Next, we're going to work our way into the tissue of the shoulder girdle. Our scapula are actually very moving muscular and bone systems. So we're going to bring our palms right to the wall at about shoulder height. Palms are also about shoulder distance apart from each other. And what we're going to do here is find a plank-like position in our body. And keeping the elbows almost straight, we're going to let the chest dip towards the wall. So our shoulder blades are going to move in towards our spine. And then we're going to use the muscles of our shoulder to push the wall away and bring our spine away from the wall. So it rounds slightly away from those shoulder blades. And then we'll work that back and forth. So let your chest drop, shoulder blades move in. Exhale, push your spine back. Shoulder blades move out. Go ahead and take a couple more with me. Here we go. Dip and push, dip and push. Last one, dip and push. Beautiful. We brought some mobility there into the shoulder blades. And then last but not least, in our mobility portion of our warm-up, we're going to take a calf rocker, which is going to stretch out our calves as well as get our calves active and ready to move. So we're going to go ahead and slightly bend at the hips, press the hips back. We're going to roll our body weight into our heels. You can use the support of the wall here. And then we're going to rock forward onto our toes and rise all the way up high, getting a nice calf raise. On this rocking back, you can try lifting your toes off the floor, pulling them up towards your shins, and then rock forward, lift up high, and take that extended version. Good. Here's 3, and 4, and 5. Excellent. Release your body down. Here's a great moment to take a sip of water, and we'll go ahead and move forward after that. The next circuit that we're going to complete is going to focus on balance, and it also will have some components of strength blended in. Our first exercise is going to be balance, forward, and then overhead reach. So we're going to get the upper body active while we're encouraging the lower body to stay stationary. I'm going to give you 2 different foot variations. We're going to bring our right foot, and it can either be inside of that left ankle in a kickstand, so your toe remains down. It's going to be our starter position. Or we can bring the inside edge of that right foot into the left shin, and we're going to actually be lifted with our only point of contact down through that left foot, okay? So that's our variations. We've got our beginning, and then maybe our intermediate here with that connection. With our arms, we're going to take a row-like movement. So we're going to reach forward, and then we're going to pull our arms back and pinch our shoulder blades together. We got a little bit of practice with that over here when we were on the wall. We'll take 10 repetitions. Then we'll switch to our second leg, and you can take your kickstand or your intermediate version. And we're going to take an overhead reach with a lat pull down on that side, okay? So let's all get started here with that right foot in our kickstand, balancing on our left leg. Pay attention to your core, and we're going to reach forward and pull back. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Reach forward and pull back. There's 2. We're going to go to 10 here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and relax everything down. Take the second side, the same foot variation that you had on the first side. And then this time we're taking an overhead reach and pulling straight down. You should feel the muscles behind and below your armpits working. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Go ahead and release your arms down. All right, we're going to move back in front of our chair. This next exercise is called a pistol squat. I'm going to show it to you from the front and from the side. We're going to lower and lift from one leg today. I'm going to show you a couple different variations to make it easier or harder, depending on what you need. Our first version that I'm going to show is that's forward facing. We're elevating our right leg. We've got our weight balanced on our left leg, and we're going to reach our arms forward as we lower our hips back to our chair. We're going to keep that foot elevated and then bring our arms back to our sides as we stand back up. So down and up. Let me show you a side version of that. All right, we've got our leg elevated, arms by our sides. We're going to sit back as we reach forward, and then we're going to bring our arms to our sides as we press up. Okay, for some of us, that's going to be a little bit too challenging. And so we're going to actually keep our heel down on the lowering phase and on the lifting phase. If that's also too difficult, we're going to keep our heel forward so that our right leg is, or excuse me, our left leg is doing the lowering. And then we're going to bring the other foot beside us and we're going to press up with both legs together. So those are your 3 different options. Go ahead and work through whatever modality is going to work for you and your body today. All right, we're going to take 10 of those on each leg. Here we go. Lifting the right leg, go ahead and sit back and press tall using that left leg. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Go ahead and switch legs, plant, elevate, move the arms to counterbalance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent work. Okay, we're going to get into the posterior chain with a little bit of balance next. You can keep your chair out in front of you or move it completely out of the way, depending on how much balance assist you'd like. We're going to plant on our left foot. We're going to take our right foot back like a kickstand. It's back about 1.5 feet and slightly out to the side. Okay. From here, we're going to perform a hip hinge. This is just our kickstand, so we're not putting any weight in it. And we're going to hinge over our front leg. It might mean that you bring your hands down to the chair, and then you're going to press your hips forward as you bring your body up tall and straight. All right, let's go ahead and take 10 of those on each side of our body. Here's our breath in through the hinge and our breath out through the lift. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Here's 9 and 10. Wonderful. Go ahead and switch the stance. So the opposite foot, we've got our kickstand leg. Same thing, we're hinging at the hip and pulling forward through the hips to straighten up tall. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Here's 9 and 10. Excellent work. Go ahead and grab a quick sip of water if you need it. And we're going to actually go ahead and move through those 3, 10 each again. We're going to start with our front and overhead reach while we're balancing. I'm going to go ahead and move up to intermediate and bring the inside edge of my foot into my inner leg. And here we go. Reach forward and pull back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release your arms down. Switch to your second leg, whatever stance you need, and reach up high. Pull down this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Okay, pistol squat to the chair. That's our number 2. Go ahead and find your balance with your leg up or down, and we're pressing the hips back and tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wonderful. Go ahead and shift to the other leg and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Release. Okay, maybe you liked using the chair for that hip hinge motion. Let's go ahead and grab that position ready for us. We've got our kickstand leg. We're going to hinge at the hip and pull tall through our split stance deadlift. Here's 2 and 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Find your opposite kickstand. And here we go. Hinge and pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Press up tall. Awesome work. Maybe a few hip circles would feel great after all of those hip movements. We're going to go ahead and grab that singular dumbbell that I talked about, something of light to medium weight. I'm going to use my 10-pounder. And we're going to have a seat right up at the front edge of the chair, like where we began. Holding that weight right out in front of you, find about a 90-degree bend at your elbows. We're going to lean back just slightly and tighten up your core. Go ahead and become aware of how that feels. Is that a lot or a little for you? Press forward again. Come back into it. Find that perfect spot, and we're going to work a small range of motion, bringing that weight side to side beside the body. Here's 2, 3, 4. Keep drawing your navel center to your spine. 5, 6, 7. Here's 8, 9, and 10. Bring it back to the midline. Sit up tall. Let's set it aside. Second movement for our core as we round out our workout today is going to be a chair elevated mountain climber. So we're going to come out into our lifted plank position, rise up high on your toes, pull your belly button to your spine. Notice how I'm bringing my shoulders all the way over my wrists. And then I'm going to tuck one knee and then the other up towards my chest. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Walk your feet in, relax your shoulders down and back. Let's go ahead and move through those 2 to finish out our day. So we're back to our medium or light dumbbell. Have your seat on the front edge of your chair. Find those 90-degree bends in the elbows. Lean your torso back, pull that belly button to your spine. And here we go, rotate 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come up tall, release that weight down safely. We're going to finish off one more round of our elevated mountain climbers. Palms down, take those toes back, rise up high, square the shoulders right over the wrists. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Let's walk our feet back in. Relax the shoulder blades down and back. Let's reach one arm high overhead, bend at the elbow, give yourself a big pat on the back. You did great. I hope this felt really good in your body, got you stretched out, got you warmed up, ready for the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. As I've said before, if you have any questions that came up as you moved through this style of fitness, go ahead and send me an email. It's diana@bridgefitnesstraining.com. Take care of yourself. Have a great day. And I will see you soon in our next workout or in your next personal training session. Bye-bye.